from a pigeon surprise visit during a game to a daring stripper interrupting Ronnie O'Sullivan's match. This video captures the funniest moments in snooker. Ah, so you're diving into the snooker scene, yeah? Well, let me tell you, it's never just about the balls and cues. Take the 2022 World Championship, for example. It was like any other day, balls rolling, cues striking, and then boom! Out of nowhere, a pigeon crashes the party. Right in the middle of a nail-biter between Mark Selby and Yan Bingtao, this bird just swoops in. Guess it wanted the best seat in the house, huh?
We've got a pigeon in the crucible. What do you do here?
And man, that was just the opener. The whole afternoon turned into this wild show that had everyone's eyebrows doing the wave. It's like, in snooker, you expect the unexpected. But a pigeon taking center stage? That's snooker for you, always full of surprises. Kind of like being in the middle of a twisty story where you can't guess what's coming next. Right, so picture this. It's like we're in some kind of snooker fairy tale. Out of the blue, this woman, not just any fan hanging around, but someone who clearly knows her way around a snooker table, steps up. She's there challenging Ronnie O'Sullivan, the Rocket, to a quick frame right there and then. Can you believe it?
Oh, stay there, stay there.
I'm not doing it. I'll get money to get in.
Going head-to-head with Ronnie for a century break, it's like something you'd only dream of, right? This is the stuff that keeps you glued, thinking, no way, what's going to happen now? It's like snooker's own version of a plot twist, where you're just waiting for the next big surprise. Keeps the game thrilling, doesn't it? Just when you think you've seen it all, snooker says, hold my cue. So let's skip ahead a bit, and there's Kurt Mafflin, right? He decides to give the white ball a piece of his mind, a gesture so cheeky, he nearly got slapped with a fine for it. Think of it as his way of flying a pirate flag on the green baize, like he's saying, I'm here to shake things up. It's his stand against all those unseen forces, the luck, the physics, that usually call the shots in snooker. Almost like he's leading a rebellion, telling the game, I make my own luck here. It's moments like these that add a bit of spice, reminding us that snooker's not just about skill, it's also about attitude and the guts to challenge the norms. So, there we are, right in the middle of the Masters, and out of nowhere, this hilarious sound cuts through the silence. It's like someone's thrown a curveball into the mix, adding a bit of comedy to the usual drama of snooker.
Someone's planted it somewhere. Just unscheduled, right?
Amidst all this, John Higgins, yeah? He decides to pull a Mark Williams, hitting one of Williams's trademark shots. It's as if the snooker tables turned into a stage, and Higgins is the star of his own impersonation show.
To put his arms up and say, what are you doing?
And Williams, he's not just sitting back. The guy starts watching the game through a camera like he's flipping the script, turning from a player into a spectator. This whole scene, it's like we're all in on the joke, sitting up close, watching these legends not just play snooker, but also play up a storm, blurring the lines between the game and a bit of good old entertainment. And just when you think it can't get any more out there, along comes Mark Selby, right? He's eyeing this red ball, perched in a spot that screams trouble. It's one of those shots where you're crossing your fingers, hoping he pulls it off, because it's packed with all the drama snooker's known for, that mix of hope and sheer desperation. Then, out of the blue, Ronnie O'Sullivan, cool as ever, decides it's the perfect time to tie his shoelaces right there on the table. It's like a little nod to us, a reminder that, hey, this might be snooker, but it's still a game, played by real folks who have their off-the-cuff moments. It adds a dash of realness, a bit of a laugh amidst the tension, showing the lighter side of the game we all love. Oh, and then there's the story from the 1997 Masters final, right? You've got O'Sullivan and Steve Davis locked in this intense battle when out of nowhere, a stripper decides to join the party. Talk about throwing a curveball into the mix. It's one of those jaw-dropping moments that just adds to the whole drama of the match. It's a perfect example of how snooker, or any live sport for that matter, isn't just about the play on the table. It's about all those totally unpredictable, sometimes bizarre moments that can happen. It reminds us that, at the end of the day, snooker's not just a game of skill and strategy. It's also about how you handle those wild cards that life throws your way. And then, you've got Jamie Jones, right? In the heat of the moment, he's there, pleading with the referee. It's like a scene straight out of a drama, highlighting just how intense the pressure gets, how high the stakes are with every single frame. It's moments like these that peel back the layers, showing us the raw nerve of snooker. But wait, there's more. You've got O'Sullivan dealing with this artificial crowd noise over at the Crucible. Now, that's a twist for you. It's like we've stepped into some kind of surreal story, where the line between what's real and what's not starts to blur. Imagine that, playing in an arena where the cheers and the gasps are all canned, piped in through speakers. It's a bit of a head trip, isn't it? Shows you how snooker's not just about potting balls, it's about navigating through whatever weird curveballs come your way, even if it's a crowd that's not really there. Anthony McGill, right? The guy's all in, especially when it comes to potting the pink. It's like he's got this belief, hit it hard enough, and any of the 6 pockets on the table could be the ticket. But here he is, going for the straightforward shot into the corner pocket. And man, when it lands, it's like the whole room's with him. Go on, come on. That shot, pure brilliance, narrows the gap, bringing him just a frame behind. And the best part? Seeing both players, even amidst the tension, cracking smiles. And then, there's this epic moment to cap it all off. A 31-minute duel between Selby and Stuart Bingham. It's one of those frames where every shot counts, every move is calculated, but in the end, they agree on a re-rack. It's like watching 2 masters at work, acknowledging each other's skill and determination. This moment, it's pure snooker. It's a nod to the spirit of the game, where despite the fierce competition, respect and sportsmanship stand above all. It reminds us that snooker at its core is about more than just potting balls and scoring points. It's about the respect, the camaraderie shared between players, a true gentleman's game, where the best moments often happen off the scoreboard. Kieran Wilson, right? The guy finds himself in a tight snooker spot, the kind that makes you hold your breath. You'd think there's no way out, but then, he's not just anyone. He eyes a path, not the obvious choice, but a shot with potential, and bang, he nails it. You can see it in his reaction, that little moment of triumph. He's not shouting it from the rooftops, but you can tell he's chuffed with himself. It's a quiet celebration, a nod to his own skill, and it's these moments, isn't it? They're gold. Absolutely, mate. Snooker's like watching a play unfold live right before your eyes. It's the stories, the moments that stick with you, like that pigeon dropping in as if it's grabbing a seat to watch, or a player making a stand with a bold gesture. It's these bits that turn snooker from a simple game into a full-blown spectacle, a story being written in real time on the green baize. Each match is a chapter, each shot a sentence in the ongoing saga that is snooker, making it so much more than just a sport. It's a narrative, rich and alive, with cues and balls, and yes, the occasional unexpected guest. So what do you think? Do these moments really steal the spotlight? I mean, it's not every day you get a story like this. Drop your thoughts below, because this is the stuff that keeps our love for the game as colorful as the balls on the table.